Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Samson Abasiono 18 again, and today we're going to be doing a full retouch from Capture One to Photoshop. So stay tuned. Alright, so we are on Capture One. The Capture One is open. If you're new to this, I have some previous classes I've done. You can check them out where I talk about frequency separation, Capture One, and other ones, right? If you have any questions and what next you want me to do, you can just drop a comment on the description, right? And also in the description there are some links that will take you to where I have my overlays, my frequency separation, and some other things where you can download. Some are for free, where some are paid, but it's very little money. You can just pay and use them, and also you can download this image for free in the link in the description. So without further ado, let's just get this going. So this is my Capture One. So the first thing I want to do is I want to crop my image. I've already set my style, right? You have different styles on Capture One. You can choose whatever one you like, but I like using my Nikon D850 portrait. I'm a Nikon fan, right? So I'm going to crop this 4x5, and let's do this way. By the way, I used a 3-way lightning here, right? So we have our air light, we have a light. My main king light is coming from the left hand side of my camera. Then I have my fill light on the right hand side of my camera, so you can try it out. Alright, so this is what we have, and let's just do a little bit of grading or color balancing before we go to Photoshop and do the main edit. So I want to touch my skin a little, and let's add a little. Let's lighten it up a bit. Alright, and come down to my midtones and just bring this down a bit so it gives us that shiny look. You can see but it's too much. Let's just do this. Yeah, this is good. And I want to add a little bit of orange color to my shadows, right? And this is good. So let's go to adjustments, brighten it up a bit. Let's say 4 is good, right? And let's bring out our shadows a bit. Let's say 5. Bring down the highlight a bit. Our blacks, I like it around 15, 20, minus 15, minus 20. Levels, let's do RBG. Click on RBG and make it 2. Yeah, and I think we're good. My DL is a bit, not much. Let's see what we have before and after. Let's see before, after. Okay, this is good. Now that I'm done with just the little color balancing and just little bit of tweaking, let's take it to Photoshop and see what we have. And let's do the main editing on Photoshop. By the way, I'm using Photoshop 2024, and it's paid for actually, right? But I think it's really not that expensive. Or you can get somebody to pair with, so you can use Photoshop. And for those of you asking that when you open your Photoshop, your panel is not like this even after installing the frequency separations and some of my actions. So what you have to do is you have to come down to your actions and just switch this toggle button here from it's going to be in this way if you go to your action. So you have to click it to button mode and you have this. Anyways, I'm going to do another tutorial where I talk about creating shortcuts on Photoshop and also customizing your Photoshop panel to look like mine. Also, this is a beauty retouch. I'll add the link to where you can download this also in this description. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is, like always, duplicate my layer, Control J, and let's zoom in. So the first next thing I would like to do, I'm not going to touch my background because I like the ray of light that is coming in from this angle, right? I like the ray of light that's coming from this angle, so I'm not going to touch my background. Just leave it the way it is. It's better that way. So let's just zoom in and let me duplicate again. So what I want to do is healing, right? I want to clean the hair, right? So I'm going to use my clone stamp, and I'm going to just click out here and clean this part of the hair. Yeah. So for more accuracy, you can use your pen tool and then create a mark, so that way you don't go clean beyond what you want to clean, right? So but I think I'm okay with what I'm doing. So let's reduce this a bit, and yeah, I think I like this hair this way. I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to come and clean this part again, right? You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Let's clean this part. Okay. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my background music, right? If you don't like it, you can tell me. I can change the background music, but it's something that I know is gonna keep you going while you're enjoying the edit. I know you can be tired of hearing my voice. I just hope I do have a good voice. All right, so let's clean the face. I'm using my clone stamp tool. I'm not using my patch tool. So like I mentioned in the last class, you can use your patch tool or you can use your clone stamp. But I'm using my clone stamp tool, and I just click this part and replace. But I'm not liking what I'm saying, so oh sorry, I was on my brush too, so sorry. So I'm just click this part and replace. Yeah, exactly. You need to be careful there. Like I said, I was still on my brush tool, and I was like, saying why is the effect not working the way it should be. Alright, and just clean this part a bit. Yeah, I think this is good. Alright, so the next thing I want to do now is touch the face. Though already the makeup artist did a very wonderful job with this image, you can see that the face is smooth, everything is actually good, but we just need to touch it up a bit. By the way, the name of the makeup artist is Eniola, right? And the name of our model for today is Ayovide. I'm going to tag both of their angles in handles, social media handles, in the description, so you can go and follow them and also like their pages. So I want to clean this eye. Right, I don't like that, so let's take it out. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay. Yeah, good. So I'm back to my patch tool. So again, right, you can use anything. I use both my clone stamp and my patch tool and my healing brush, depending on the kind of edits I'm doing, right? But patch is faster for me, right? So let's correct this. There's a mistake somewhere, so I'm just gonna pick this with my clone stamp and just replace. Yeah, this is good. All right, so let's zoom in again, and I think somewhere around here also. I don't want to see this guy, so let's just good. Need to be careful. Yeah. So I'm going to try my best to make sure this is not a long tutorial. So let's now do our frequency separation. I'm going to click on my frequency separation 16 bits. I'll make this 6, the ratio 6, and okay. Turn off my H high FC and just click on this. We're going to paint on our color separation, and my mixing brush by pressing M on my keyboard or just clicking on this icon right here and go to your mixing brush to make sure this toggle is on, isn't transparent, and also this is on. So let's now paint. Remember in the last class we had, I mentioned that, sorry, the last two class actually, I mentioned that when dealing with frequency separation, right, you have to paint the highlights together and the shadows together. Don't drag the colors from the shadows to the highlight and the highlights to the shadows. Your image is going to look distorted and you don't want that. And again, I mentioned that the whole reason for editing your image is to make it look as good as possible and not to change it from what they look like. They need to look the same, so the clients need to see their image and say, oh, this is me, and not, does this look like me, right? Okay, so just take your time and edit. Let's see what we have. All right, I think I'm liking this. So okay, this is good. Yeah, okay, this is good. And I'm using my Wacom tab to edit this, and yes, I'm not sponsored. It makes editing better, sweet, and seamless, right, compared to using your mouse. I recommend you get it. Even if you can't get the Wacom tablet itself, get something similar to it. It's going to transform your editing, trust me. So let's just mix our skin. Remember, highlights together and shadows together. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please do so. I promise you, you're not going to regret it, because there's a lot of information, a lot of detailed tutorial going on here. You can follow us on Instagram with Say Studios _ the link to our Instagram handle is going to be on the description. The link to download this image also is going to be on the description. And I will be doing a tutorial where I talk about lightning, so just stay tuned, guys. If you've not turned on if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're yet to turn on your notification, please do so you don't miss the video when it drops. Okay, so let's see what we have. So this to this. Let's see, this to this. Okay, this to this. Okay, I think this is good. I'm going to touch the face a bit more, so you don't want to be too much, right? So yeah. Again, kudos to the makeup artist. You did a great job with this image. Alright, so this is where we are. So the next thing I want to do is add my 5% blue, right, to make it pop more. Yeah. Then I want to clean the teeth and the eyes. I'm going to zoom in make sure my brush tool is on and I'm on white. Remember I said white reveal, black hides. I'm just going to paint on the eyes this way. Yeah, and also paint on the teeth. Okay, so let's reduce this to 50% so it doesn't look too much. I think it's looking too much. Let's reduce this a bit to 40%. So I would like to brighten the eyeballs a bit, so I'm just going to go to my adjustments tool and just click on curves. Just going to drag this up this way. Alright, good. Then I'm going to press Ctrl I to hide it. I'm going to make sure my white is turned on, and on the max layer I'm just going to paint this part. Alright, yeah, so let's see, let's reduce it to 60%. It's too much. Let's make it 40%. Yeah, so I think I'll increase this to 50%. Okay, this is good. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is add a curve. Right, bring this, just create an S kind of look to add more contrast to our image and make the image pop. You can see. So let's reduce this to 60%. This is good. I like what I'm seeing. Remember I said I'm not going to do anything to my background. I like the way the background looks. I like the light effect that's coming from the background, so I'm just going to leave it that way. And the next thing I would like to do is add my gradients. No, my gradients map. Yes, gold gradients map. The link to this gradient map and my capture one lot is in the description also, so just click the link and enjoy yourself. So I'm going to reduce this to 15, let's say 15%. 15% is good. Now I would like to brighten my image a bit, right, and that can separate my image from the background. So I'm going to create a new adjustment layer. Brightness, I'm going to increase my brightness by 10, right, and create another new adjustment layer. Brightness, this time around I'm going to reduce it by, let's say, 25, and I'm going to create a max on it, right, and like this, and just replace this with this and in reverse. Right, so I think it's too much. Let's just reduce this a bit. Okay, this is good. And I think I would like to play with my color. Let's play with my colors, selective color a bit, and just tweak the red a bit so it pops more, right? And so I'm just ready. So the red pops more. 10. Let's make the black. Let's make the black. Let's say 7. Right. So this. Let's reduce this a bit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just add my logo. This is www.saemedia.com.ng change the color to white. You don't want your watermark still in the show, so I like making it as small as possible. So let's just leave this here, and let's reduce the opacity to 60, or let's say 70. Right, so there are other things I can add to this image to make the image pop, but I like it this way. I can go down to my overlays where I have different types of things I can just add to the background to just make the background pop and all. Right, I can add a snow, I can add rainfall, I can add light, right? But I think let me just add a little bit of gradient, a little bit of gray background. Okay, so let's do this. By the way, I'm just test running this. If I don't like it, I'm going to just take it off, and let's bring this down, and let's max it. Change the layer to soft light, reduce the opacity to 25. Let's see what we have. Like I said, if I don't like it, I'm going to take it out. So I'm taking it out because I actually prefer my background the way it is. Right, so this is good. This is good. So I'll just press Shift, Control and alternate E to merge all my layers together. Oh, sorry, Shift Control E to merge all my layers together. Then save. Oh, I made a mistake. So sorry. Let's go back. Yeah, Shift Control E and save by pressing Control A, Control S, so you can reflect on Capture One. So this is our image on the Capture One from here to here. So let's now on Capture One is looking too saturated. So first thing I'm going to do is reduce saturation a bit. Right, good, and I think my brightness is okay. Just bring down the highlight a bit, and come down to our colors. Let's click on the screen and do this. Make it pop a bit. Brighten it up a bit. Bring down our shadows a bit. I think I like to darken this a bit. Yeah, good. And come to our adjustments. Let's add brightness. And to Luma edges. Create a tiny S shape. Right, so let's add this to saturation. Alright, just gonna let's add 3% clarity, and let's add 2% contrast. Yeah, this is good. And let's create a new fill layer. I'm gonna name it grade 01, and just right click. I want to check for some of the default settings. Let's see, exposure, vivid 2. I think I'll go with vivid 2. Let's reduce 15% or 16% rather, and fill another one again. I just make this spring. Let's I like spring 7. I just bring it down 20%. Grade O2. Right, and I'm going to create an empty layer, and I'll name this vignettes. Right. Hold down to gradient tool and just draw the circle this way. Let's increase this a bit, and let's reduce the brightness. It's more like creating a spotlight. Yes, I think I'm going to brighten my image a bit, or reduce the contrast a bit. I think 10 is okay, and increase my brightness to 10. Yeah, this is good. So, and how to export? So you need to click on this icon here, click on export, and click on Instagram. You can see we have JPEG, Instagram optimized, JPEG full size, but I created another one and I named it PNG. So PNG, and click on the size where you want it to be exported to. The size I like 40% because 100% is a bit too large, so 40% and export. And that it is, and that is it, guys. So thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, ask questions in the comment section. Feel free to ask any question you want to ask, and we'll be available to answer those questions. See you next week. Enjoy.